Welcome to the Walking in Aloha Let's Talk Story podcast and day 62 of our 90-day jumpstart to 2026. Today is December 3rd, Wednesday, December 3rd. Our theme for the week is health and healing. Today, we are going to be talking about nourishing the temple. So, in 1 Corinthians 6:20 it says, "So glorify God in your body." Glorify God in your body. The affirmation is, "What I consume strengthens me spiritually, mentally, and physically." What I consume strengthens me spiritually, mentally, and physically. There was a time when I didn't care what I ate. I ate whatever, and I had no level. I would just eat. I would eat to the past. I eat past full. Um, Anything that was given to me, whatever, I just ate, and I it was like my comfort. I ate because it was comforting, not because it was nourishing, but it was comforting. It was something to do, and so I ate. It wasn't because I was consuming um, to strengthen me. I was consuming to just have something to do, to, um, I don't know, mask the pain that I was in or whatever it was. But eating was comfort. So I now know that I eat to nourish my body. I know that there's a cap, you know. I can tell, like, before I'm full. I know that one more bite is going to make me feel sick or whatever. It, there's there's limits. And before, I I don't know why, but I didn't care. I didn't think about it. And I was like up at 225, 250, you know. Um, and it it was like I was numb to everything else. I just ate. I'm so glad that I'm not that person, and that, like, I can have food in the fridge and I'm good. I can have um, snacks around me and not eat it to empty, or things like that. Like, it's not an addiction, to say the least. It's not an addiction. The same way as alcohol used to be for me before, where if it was there, it was gone. If there was like that small little bottle that the strawberries and cream Baileys that I found, if I was given that before, it would have been gone. Um, I remember there was a time when I used to carry around a flask just so that I could drink. Um, it That's the way that I was, and I'm not that person, right? I'm not that person. People ask if I drink, and I do. I can have a drink, but I am not that person who's addicted to the drink. I have a bottle of, I think, Captain Morgan in the refrigerator, and a bottle of Jack Daniels in the refrigerator that has been there for over a year or more. I don't know. But I think it's been over a year, or gonna be a year, because it was like last Christmas or last New Year's or something. Those bottles would have been gone, but yet they sit there with no threat, no, like no desire. I'm not like, ooh, there's bottles in the fridge. And that's the same as food. There can be food, and I'm like, it's not the same anymore. You know, I don't think there's anything that I can think of right now as I sit here. I don't think there's anything right now that has that impact on me that makes me go, oh my gosh, I need it now. Or if you put it in front of me, it has a pull on me. I can't think of one single thing. So, where I felt before that I had an addictive personality, where I was easily addicted to things, when I asked God to remove my addiction, you know, it's gone. And I thank God for that, because I know that my body is the temple of the living God, right? I know that it is an honor that the Holy Spirit can reside in me. So I know that to care for this vessel is an honor. And before, I wasn't honoring myself that way. Not at all. But now I do. So today, choose one nourishing meal or drink today, and bless it before you eat, or take part of it and bless it, because you're nourishing the temple. Your body is sacred, so treat it like holy ground, because it is. It is. You are created by the Creator. You are a direct reflection of God. And, you know, when Jesus said that he leaves the Holy Spirit and he will be back, and he left the Holy Spirit with us, that's what he did. And so we now know that we have the Holy Spirit to stay with us, and it is our choice. you know we can choose to live our lives the way we want to choose to live our lives. People do what they want all the time. They do what they want all the time. But how would it be to choose to take care of holy ground? Because your body is sacred. Treat it like holy ground. So I just wanted to come in real quick, because I have to go get ready for work, and I have to make a couple of calls before I go. But I just wanted to hop in. Tomorrow is um, Thursday. So, yeah, Thursday. So that will be the end of week 9. And then we'll be on week 10. I'm itching. But we'll be on week 10 of our jump start. That's a lot to go through. Can't believe it, right? And I was wondering, how would I be able to do it and do like just posts and not come in and do lives, but I continue to do the lives. So I'm glad I did. I'm glad that I did, and I took the time to do that. And thank you for the grace, because I come in late and I come in um, like do double days or whatever, 2 in 1 day to make up. But it's done. And I've been consistent of coming in, whether or not it's late or not, or early, because I have to do something else. I sometimes have to come in early. But I thank you. I thank you so much for being on, and um, for the compliments and the comments that I get, whether it's in the messaging or in person. Thank you. But I want to just wish you guys a blessed day. Yeah, have a blessed day and a very, very um, happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Because Christmas is coming around really fast. But if you haven't noticed, I've been putting, this is the second day. A friend of mine, Connie, she put on an Advent, and it's 24 days of putting, like just showing what is important to you. So posting what is important to you for 24 days. And I did day 1 yesterday, day 2 today. So it is a day off, because then it's going to be what, 26 if we did that. But on, anyway, I'm going to jump all over the place. Let me concentrate. If you want to do that, I think it would be a good thing, because if we can do that and post something that is important to us for the next 24 days as an Advent until Christmas Day, you know, and what is most important, right? On Christmas Day is the birth of Jesus. And he is the reason for the season, because he was born. Jesus was literally born so that he could die. He was born so that he could live and die for us, so that we would have a way to heaven. And though he lived such a short life of 33 years, there was so much that he did. And in our lives right now, if we can just choose 24 things that we are, you know, grateful for, that we consider important in our lives, you know, that would be amazing. There's a lot of things that I can post, and it's not in the value order. If I posted it first, it's not like that's the first thing that's important to me. It's just something that I thought of at that moment, or that I had a picture of, or something that came up to me that day. So it's not in a value type of way. Um, or like my kids, my my kids, my grandkids, they're important to me. They're very important to me. But I know how my daughter is on posting pictures of the grandkids. So I'm not gonna post pictures of the grandkids, but they are important to me. My kids are important to me. So I'll have to figure out a way that I can, you know, do something else, you know. post a picture of just one of my grandkids and show how important it is to be a grandma to all of them, or something like that. So just have to be creative, um, in that way, but posting regardless of how it is posted, um, and writing out a little something about it. So let me see. I'll share today's one, right? Because I already posted it out. Let's see, let's see. Okay. So today's one, it says, and I titled it Amplified Advent, right? Because I just wanted a cool title for it. Michelle's Amplified Advent Calendar. As a speaker and podcaster whose voice has been elevated for God's glory, here's day 2 of 24, sharing something that is important to me: lists. Lists. God knows I love lists. He wired me this way to organize, to create structure, to grow, and to help others grow. Today, I'm sharing a list of 6 habits Tony Robbins says people who succeed in almost everything they pursue usually practice daily. But here's what I know as a daughter of the King: every skill, every habit, and every bit of success is rooted in the wisdom God gives. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 2:6. One of the habits on this list is number 4, is lifelong learning. And that is absolutely me. I'm constantly learning, exploring, and growing in the gifts God has entrusted to me. I sometimes wish I had embraced this earlier in my youth, but God wastes nothing. With age comes wisdom, and with wisdom comes purpose. I wrote my book, 31 Steps to Mastery, with lifelong learners in mind, and for those who are ready to become one. It's a book of 31 lists with 31 items, all geared towards personal and professional success, grounded in values, wisdom, and principles that honor God. Inside, you'll find quotes from world changers who carved paths before us, practical tools I use in my own walk, and insights I share with my clients as they grow into their God given potential. And then I go ahead and I post the link. If you want to read the original article about these 6 habits, here's the link. So I go ahead and I post that. But 31 Steps to Mastery is the book that I'm talking about. And I think I mentioned it before, how I created this book. It's a list of 31 lists, 31 items. And when I mentioned in this post that it honors God, it's because it's a lot to do 31 topics and 31 lists to get it all straight. But I did want to honor God, and I did want to make sure that it didn't have anything that was, wrongful, or, um, you know, that went against God. That's why I said that it honors God, grounded in values, wisdom, and principles that honor God. Because as I wrote this book, I did have to really pay attention to the fact that a lot of this can become um, misconstrued and go towards like other types of teaching. And I didn't want it to do that. So I wanted to be careful And so if you're reading this and if you see anything in here that does go into that feel, let me know, because I may have to change the wording because I want to be careful. So it says things like, I'll read this one. This one is just 31 morning routines. 31 simple morning routines designed to inspire and motivate a successful start to the day. Which chapter is that one? This one is chapter 3. So wake up with the first alarm without hitting snooze to cultivate discipline. Begin the day with a glass of water to hydrate and kickstart your metabolism. 3. Spend 5 minutes stretching to awaken your body gently. 4. Write down 3 things you are grateful for each morning to foster positivity. 5. Meditate for 10 minutes to clear your mind and set your intentions for the day. 6. Read a motivational quote to inspire your mindset. 7. Review your goals for the day to keep your priorities in check. 8. Enjoy a healthy breakfast, which includes protein, fruits, and whole grains. 9. Visualize your day's success to boost confidence and clarity. 10. Listen to uplifting music while getting ready to energize your mood. 11. Take a cold shower to fully awaken and invigorate your senses. 12. Practice deep breathing exercises to reduce morning stress. 13. Set a daily affirmation and repeat it to yourself in the mirror. 14. Tidy up your bed and living space to organize your external environment. 15. Jot down one personal and one professional goal for the day. 16. Avoid checking emails or social media for the first hour of the day. You know how sometimes we just pick up the phone and the first thing we do is on the phone? Try to avoid that for the first hour. 17. Do a quick 10-minute workout to get your blood flowing. 18. Prepare a to-do list categorizing tasks by priority. 19. Spend quality time with family or pets even, just for a few minutes. 20. Review your calendar and schedule to avoid any surprises. 21. Pack a nutritious lunch and snacks to keep your energy up throughout the day. 22. Choose your outfit the night before to save time and reduce decision fatigue. 23. Allocate time for a hobby you enjoy, even if it's for 15 minutes. 24. Drink a cup of green tea for a gentle start instead of coffee. 25. Use a planner or app to organize your tasks visually. 26. Reflect briefly on what you learned yesterday to apply it today. 27. Perform a quick cleanup of your workspace to start fresh. 28. Smile at yourself in the mirror to boost your mood and self-esteem. 29. Ensure you have all necessary items for the day packed and ready. 30. Give yourself a positive pep talk highlighting your strength. And 31. Leave home a few minutes early to avoid rushing and start your day calmly. So that is what it is. It's a list of lists, 31 of them. So that is 31 steps to mastery. And that is one thing that I wanted to share is that, you know, like for today, we need to choose, right, what we do. We need to choose what we do. We need to choose what we eat. We need to choose what we feed our bodies. So that's why I chose to do this jump start to 2026, because I feel like if we just go ahead and take the time to do this, we would be bringing in a much much better new year. So until tomorrow, God's blessings always, and a hui ho.